Okay, so hopefully some people joined today, and we are going to be exploring, I think I say it every week, but another one of my favorite topics. So this week we are going to be talking about real estate. And I've got to watch how often I say so in these episodes. There, I almost caught myself again. All right, so we are going to talk about real estate and how real estate can really work into our lifestyle. So as I think about the topic of real estate, again, in 2 weeks we're going to talk about real estate rental property ownership, and then we're going to do a workshop after that you guys can check out and learn more about or ask me questions. But today we're going to really talk about real estate and the higher level of where real estate fits into our money. And once we have some of it and we've created some net worth because we've learned how to manage our little seedlings of money and have them grow, and we're not spending them too quickly, we're actually nurturing them and having them start to become interesting in terms of what we can do with them. So last week we talked about investing. Hi Kate, thank you for joining. And Kate's a great example around real estate, which is why you have to always understand the different variables around real estate. Kate's from the US, so it's a little bit different of a market, quite a different market, and obviously different pockets of the US, just like different pockets of Canada, are very different. So whether you're talking about Vancouver, Toronto, Kitchener-Waterloo, London, Windsor, St. Catharines, all very different real estate markets, and that's why it's really critical. As I always am a proponent of hiring professionals that really know their business. So I know how to life plan. I know how to get out of you the big picture of what you'd love your life to look like and putting the money and the education, but I'm not trying to sell you those services. So when it comes to real estate, you definitely want to lean on a realtor that knows your market, because every single market is so different, and different opportunities will present themselves in the different markets. So definitely leaning on your real estate professionals is critical, especially when things are so strange right now and we don't necessarily know what's happening. They're going to have the best handle on the market. So when I start thinking about real estate, it's such a broad and a wide topic. So it kind of depends on lifestyle, and from a design your reality perspective, you really want to think about what is your life design going to look like, and then figure out where and in what elements does real estate build out your picture. So for example, often we'll look at our parents or our grandparents' generation. They tended to follow the track of buy a home, have a 25-year mortgage, work, pay off that mortgage, and then that house would be paid off when they retire, therefore reducing their cash flow requirements because they would no longer have the mortgage, and they would have a good piece of equity because that house will have increased in value over those 25 years. And as a general rule of thumb, it probably doubles about every 10 years historically. So you buy a house back in the day for 20 grand, and by the time they retire, it's worth 60. So in today's dollars, you buy call it the $250,000 house. In 20 years, it's probably going to be worth around $750,000, which is hard when you're living in the moments to process how much real estate does grow. And like I said, talk to real estate professionals, different markets, different houses, everything has to be done in the right way. But as a general rule of thumb, that's how our grandparents would have leveraged real estate as an investment in a very traditional kind of sense. Now, if that is still your desire to have that lifestyle, it's simple, it's easy, you get a house, you pay for it, you retire, then you can use that money to, continue on your retirement lifestyle. Hi, Eleanor, thanks for joining. And Eleanor is one of my real estate not real estate, but retirement planning specialists. So if anyone needs a good retirement planning specialist in the financial space, talking about what you would do with that house, maybe roll it into different types of investments as you get old, then Eleanor is a certified specialist in that space. So shout out to Eleanor. So then that's kind of one lifestyle, and that's kind of the traditional one. And then you got to think about, how do you like to live your life? So if you're going to buy your own personal primary property, you got to think about, do you want yard work? Do you want stairs? Are you going to be planning a family? You don't want to be buying and selling houses every 2 or 3 years. Financially, we'll do the math someday together. If you ever have the question, message me. I'll do some math for you. But it doesn't financially make a whole lot of sense, because you have those extra fees, the real estate fees, commissions, lawyer fees, costs of moving. So when you take into all of those considerations, I'm personally not one that likes, that's why I like 5-year planning, like to do things in little chunks of time so that you take the most advantage of your hard-earned dollars and make sure that they grow in the most effective way they can. So lifestyle, do you like stairs? Do you want a garage? Do you have 2 cars? Are you going to have 2 cars in a couple of years? So all of these things you really have to think about when you're going to buy your primary residence. Now, beyond your primary residence, which, for any kids, I know some kids are now watching the videos and learning, which is amazing and wonderful. So for younger people, it's important, just Google it. You guys are so good on Google and taking in information. Google first-time home buyers plans, because there is really good incentives for you guys to start saving your money. You can be 16 years old and open an RSP account. So whether through your bank or go to your parents' financial advisor, just get started somewhere and start saving your pennies. And you'll start to see how the math works. I mean, you don't have to save thousands your first year. Just start saving, a few $100s a year. Get yourself started in that process, because guess what? Every penny you save goes towards your first home. And it's basically a really effective way to take care of your money. I don't want to get into the complexities of that. It's probably another video for another day, or I'll build it into one of my workshops or courses. But it is, even for kids, like, start saving for that first home. The sooner you start, the sooner you get into a home. And maybe it's a condo, maybe it's a small, condo, maybe it's a small townhouse, maybe it's something small, but just get into the market. So that's kind of where you start when you're a kid, and you can use RSPs. So there's lots of advantages there. As we get older and we get into our second or third homes, then it's more around lifestyle and where do you want to actually see how that equity is going to grow. And then you get into kind of the funner side of real estate, which is now, how do you maybe buy that first rental property? So from a real estate perspective, and do you want to do single family homes? Do you want to do apartments? Do you want to do students? So there's lots of different ways and lots of different avenues in the whole real estate world and real estate investing world that can really benefit you in your portfolio. Hopefully by now everyone's worked on their net worth, and if not, then reach out and we'll get you started. But the whole net worth, this week's my little mini workshop we did on budget and net worth was fantastic. So anyone who joined that has their net worth now and has a great budget going forward, now that our COVID season is not over, but we can go spend money again, I suppose. So once you have all of that, then you can take that net worth and now you can start to get creative. So do you want to keep that equity in your house? Do you want to increase the size of your house? Do you want to make other long-term investments, which we're going to cover next week? Or do you want to go into the rental property space? And all of these avenues are really the things collectively that create wealth and create financial freedom and create various ways to create passive income over time. So in terms of life design and lifestyle, you have to really think about where it fits into your life. If you're somebody, that loves doing projects and loves being hands-on, then there's another, style of where you can invest in real estate compared to somebody that really just wants to have a hands-off experience and just leveraging their money truly as a real estate investor, which is where I tend to like to sit, because I like to travel a lot. I like to work hard, play hard, but I also don't want to be the expert. I want to be the investor. So it gets to be fun as you build your net worth and start to grow your asset base. And then really starting to understand the world of real estate and how you can truly leverage it for yourself. So, so this week I have got in my action items, so I've changed up my little form and how you get your PDF. So this week, please try it out. Click the Learn More button below, and it's going to take you to a page, and I've asked you for your email, and then you're going to get my action item this week, and it is, sneak peek, this is what it looks like, and there is a contest. So if you even attempt to answer my skill testing trivia, rental, property, real estate, math question, I am going to enter everyone into a draw for a $50 gift certificate and for your choice. So it doesn't have to be the right answer. I would just love you to even attempt to do some math on what the question is, because it is a really good way to start to really think about the differences in the different ways that, you know, a rental or an investment property compared to a primary property over time can definitely add to your net worth. So have some fun with the question, download the action item, and hopefully there is going to be a workshop on July the 9th around rental properties. So we're going to talk more about that in 2 weeks. But for now, enter the contest, have fun with the answers, make me think a little bit about it. If you get creative with the answers, I'd love to validate your math. And let's see if we can't all learn about how to leverage real estate and grow our net worth just that much more. All right, everyone, have an amazing afternoon. The sun is desperately trying to peek its way through the clouds, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks so much.